Hello and welcome. You're watching Championz Online with Suhaas Vedham, brought to you by Kragbuzz. In today's episode, our champion has not only one World Cup under his belt, but two of them. Someone who's recently found in Malayalam movies, Kannada movies, and of course in Bollywood as well, but was always known as a fiery fast bowler. And guess what? He wants to be known as the same as he tries to make a comeback in competitive cricket this September. Very warm welcome, Mr. Sree Santh.
Thank you very much. Very good to be here. Thank you very much for having me.
So, Sree bhai, how's it going? How is it going? What are you up to, Sree bhai?
Going good, very good. In fact, training is going on. Kerala is getting bad when it comes to Corona. So it's actually getting affected worse now. So it's been 2 weeks since we have gone to even indoor nets or training outside. Luckily, blessing in disguise, during the ban, I had my own 25-yard indoor facility at my house itself. So plus the gym, everything I have somehow managed to be in the house itself. So training is going on, and yes, not all out bowling, but batting. I think more of batting now, because you cannot run and bowl in a 25-yard, but still doing some drills and getting along with family and spending time with family.
More of batting. That's an interesting thing that you just told
need
us.
to score some runs, because at 37, if you're making a comeback, yes, I am still bowling 140 plus, but all my wickets during my times also, it was not 140 plus or 150 plus. It was always between 125 and 145. So I'm still there. So, but it will be great I started my career as an opening batsman when I started playing cricket. From under 13s to I was a school opening batsman, and under 19 also I opened. Even Ranji Trophy also I opened. The last innings I played for Kerala in 2013. So I was slowly turning back into a good, decent all-rounder, at least 25-30 average. So let's see this time. I think I should be fine.
Now, growing up in Kerala, how was that experience with your siblings? We always played cricket. I heard that you were a leg spinner to start off with.
I used to be a leg spinner because I was very short. I was just 4 feet 8 inches in 10th standard. So I used to be an opening batsman, as I said earlier. But then all my cousins used to be at least 6 to 7 years elder to me, minimum. So I was youngest in the family, and whenever I went for Onam or any holiday celebration to night place, they used to play cricket, rubber ball cricket, with not cricket bat, but they used to make the bat from the coconut tree. So it used to be fun, but then I never used to get an opportunity. I was just standing in literally in the forest, trying to figure out where the ball is gone, because they used to call me ball picker. So from there, it was more like, I ended up playing with my cousin girls. In fact, my chechis, my elder sisters, when they are not around in the same place. So somehow I managed to improve, and watching them, gave me in Malayalam we say washi. So some washi came into my head saying that I have to get these people out. So I started bowling leg spin. I was a huge fan I'm still a fan of Anil Kumble, and if it is got a bounce, because in Bangalore the thing was we used to play in matting till the quarterfinals, and then later quarter, semi and finals in the turf. So in matting I used to bowl Anil Bhai's action because I used to get bounce, and in turf I used to bowl Shane Warne. So it was just part-time. In fact, I was never a brilliant leg spinner, but I still ended up getting wickets for the schools and stuff. So that's how my journey started.
Then when did the run-up suddenly become a bigger one?
It was only from tennis ball cricket in Adapalli. I played a lot of cricket, tennis ball fed-light tournaments from the time I remember. And I have to really thank, even now at the 25 at indoor, I actually bowl a lot of balls in tennis ball also, because it gives you strength, and a lot of people are against it, saying it gives you injuries and stuff, but then you have to strengthen your shoulders and core and should be fine. So in tennis ball you cannot bowl leg spin. Not easy. Leg spin ellam pota avladha 6 da. So I had to be very careful. So and my elder brother was a pace bowler. He used to open the bowling for the university and the college. So whenever he used to bowl fast, I used to get out. So I wanted to bowl fast, and he was a left-hander. So bowling leg spin to a left-hander is not really advisable. And that's how. I just wanted to get him out, and I wanted to bowl faster than him. And tennis ball cricket really helped me. Thanks to Sun CC Adapalli karke, there is a team still there. So I somehow managed to bowl fast and got the confidence playing all the local tournaments. That's why I tell all the youngsters to play the local tournaments, because it becomes easier in pressure situation, because in local cricket you have to be really good in even local tournaments. Otherwise, you will end up feeling more like a proper cricket match. There's no comparison between a cricket ball and tennis ball, but I'm talking about the situation out there. When you end up playing IPL or any international cricket, it will surely help with the crowd, because tennis ball tournament, floodlight tournaments, even Tamil Nadu, everywhere across the globe, at least 3,000, 4,000 people watches it. So certain tournaments are like 6 days and 7 days, but there are certain tournaments 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., 7 p.m. to 7 a.m.
Right.
So I have played that I think 11 years in a row. Even when I was playing for the country, I was playing there in the name of Jay Krishnan. So
okay. How come nobody recognized you? That was happening.
No, because I always, I was not Sreesanth, the cricketer there. I was just Sreesanth who was playing literally every evening with them. I ended up playing under 19 state. I never represented my state when I was in Karnataka from a 7-year-old to 17-year-old. When I came back to Kerala in 11th grade, that's when I went for selection. I never got selected when I was 16 for Ernakulam district, for that matter. In the very next year, I became Kerala under 19 vice captain. That's how my journey started. But in tennis ball cricket, they don't care if even Tunish Chetan used to play for us. He was Indian cricketer. Prashant Chandran, who was a Ranji Trophy cricketer, used to play for us. Then John Granville, who was one of the fastest Kerala has ever seen, even till date, used to play for us. So in tennis ball cricket, macha adalla nee star adalla illa and time even practice match, if you are on for a 6, they will surely come back after you. So I enjoy tennis ball cricket.
Under 19, you mentioned you were the vice captain. Under 19, you took a splendid hat-trick, and that's when people came to know, yes, there is a fast bowler that we need to be very wary of, Sreesanth.
It was more like a sweet revenge against Karnataka, that too. It's great, man. There were 210 for no-lows and 265 all-out. So I got a hat-trick and 5 for, I think. It was, hat-trick was very special for me. It was Sudhir Rao, Stuart Binney and Deepak Chowgule. So the best top 3. I clearly remember, because it was a sweet revenge. If you ask me about Indian wickets, I might just struggle. But tennis ball matches and the matches which I played under 19, I clearly remember. It was God's grace, man. It was just a sweet revenge.
Then where were you? What's the story behind that India call-up? The first time when you received the call, where were you? How did the news get to you?
This was 2005. I played this Challenger series, and slowly my name was there because I was in the Big Chapel's fast bowling camp also in Chennai. MRF Peace Foundation. I was there for almost 6 years. I used to play for Globetrotters in the league, 2-day matches and 1 day for them. I played for Indian Airlines almost 4 years as stipend player. I used to get $3,000 a month and business class tickets in Indian Airlines. So it was fun at that point of time when you were a 19-year-old. So already my name was around and people knew, and I played a lot of cricket. And thanks to the selectors in Challenger Trophy, I got an opportunity to play for India B. And I got Man of the Series in 2005 for India B. Robin Singh sir was the coach, and I think I was just blessed to have good wickets in that Challenger Series, and somehow I got recognized and I got an opportunity on 25th of in fact, I think the team was announced in September, and I was in Chandigarh, and SK sir was the secretary then, and he called me up and said, Sree, I think team is going to get announced. Don't get excited. You deserve it. I just go and enjoy. It's a great journey. If you can, you just have a conversation with Tinu and get to know what's happening with the dressing room. So I said, okay, all good. Luckily, Zahir Bhai and Nehra and Irfan, biggest was Irfan, because Irfan was always there in MRF Peace Foundation. He had just made it really, really big. So he really helped me to get along in the team to start with. So I think the call-up was against Sri Lanka in I think Nagpur on 25th October.
Yes.
First ball to Jayasuriya, I think.
Yeah. And you have people talk about Sreesanth versus Australia most of the time, but you have a tendency to trouble the Sri Lankans as well. Your 2009 comeback was against Sri Lanka.
India played. If you really remember, from 2005 to 2011, we played a lot of Sri Lanka.
Yeah, that's also there. Every weekend.
Either Sri Lanka is at home or we are at their house. So it was more like it was like a net practice, if you really think, because when you end up playing again and again, you know where to bowl to Jayavardhan, where to bowl to. So they are all great players, but Even we are not bad. I mean, we are with legends like Sachin Paji, Lakshman, and so many greats in the nets. Virubai and everybody out there. So when you bowl to greats like them, you end up becoming a better bowler. I had to literally plan to bowl to Indian team the night before the nets, and I used to plan. Okay, Sachin Paji is batting. Then I used to take my diary and write it down. I used to look at his videos and how to bowl in the nets. I used to take net sessions so seriously because that's how I got into the 11. You have to really bowl well and get these legends out and tell them where the field is. And I keep telling my Ranji Trophy side also now that, don't just come to the nets for the sake of coming. You have to have a plan. You should have a goal on that session, what you want to achieve. So that's how it happened, I think.
What was the plan when Dinesh Mongia was the skipper and you were up against Sachin Tendulkar?
Oh my God! The plan was, how do I say? I had a small incident in 2000 in South Africa was the India match. I was a net bowler. I was a ball boy, in fact. So when Sachin Paji came to Kochi Stadium and Indian team was there, and he had asked who is the fast bowler. So I lifted my hand. At that point of time, I used to bowl leg spin. But because Sachin Paji asked the ball boys who was the medium fast bowler, so when everybody, 3 or 4 people, I also lifted because I wanted to bowl to him. So I bowled one ball, 2 ball, 3rd ball. He just stopped me and he said, "Why don't you just wait and give me throwdowns once the net session gets over?" Because I was too slow, and I was not that fast. Also, I was very slow, and it was more of a leg spin action, El Kumble action. And I think April is the match. Yes, I had just got hat trick, and that feeling was there. Oh, I can bowl fast, but everything was so tight. Then I went. I would love to share this because sometimes it was more like everybody was laughing. I was from Erran Cricket Club. When I was stopped, everybody had this feel.
Okay, there was a bit of snickering and laughing.
Oh my God! And I'm sure you will understand. I'm somewhere. Everybody goes through that phase, and I just walked out and I went straight to South African nets and I started bowling there. And I bowled my all out to South African nets. Even Indian nets. Even when Balendra sat, the net in charge, called me, who was a Ranji coach then, and said, "Sree, come here, you have to bowl." And I think Ajit Agarkar and T. Kumaran was there in that squad. Everybody wanted to bowlers were batting. I said, "Sir, front top order in Malayalam," I said, and I was bowling to Boucher and Callis and who not in the nets. So that evening, why I'm saying the story, that evening when I went home, a lot of people, tennis ball cricketers came home. And they were, tennis ball cricketers, because most of them play club and they are in the scoreboard. When an international match comes to a small place like Cochin at that point of time, all the club members has got these 10 members, 12 members in different. Sometimes the scorer, sometimes the guy. I have pulled that very next day when the match happened. I was in the scoreboard pulling when Gary Kirsten and Gibbs was batting. I was in the scoreboard pulling the sheet till I think 27th or 28th over. I was in the scoreboard. Nobody knows. I just
never seen with a bowler.
Yeah, I just shared. This is I've never told. So I don't know. When everybody said, I said, Tamasiki apadi sunna, macha, shuvara macha, God out panna. Someday, somewhere, I don't know. I never thought India or Kerala state or anything. I just thought maybe next time when India comes to Kerala nets in Kochi, I'll get him out. That was my plan. I just said in front of, I think, around 11:30 in the night, and because the match is next day, everybody gets together to plan. We have to report. Team comes at 7:30, but we had to reach there around 5:30, 6 in the morning and get organized. So I just said, and then when everybody left, I had this, I don't know, man. I just had this immense belief, and obviously in my room, it was all Tendulkar at that point of time, and it was Tendulkar, Alan Donald, John D. Rhodes, Mark Boucher, and Preeti Zinta. I met Tendulkar Paji in 2003 in the Indian nets when I was a net bowler, and I was bowling, and I couldn't bowl to him, so I just wanted to bowl, but then I just observed how Chetan bowled to him, and Javagal Srinath bowled really up to him. Sometimes the best batsman to start with, so the planning started from there. Kabhi, sometimes I'll get to bowl to him. So Challenger Trophy happened, and as you said, Robin sir, sir, I will get him out. So Robin sir also had this just before the match day. He called certain players and he said, Sree, you bowled everywhere. Don't think you can get him out. You can. He just kept on telling that thing. It's very important for a coach. You can have a lot of players. So I think I have to really thank Robin sir, because Robin sir also said, Sree, this is the field. You just bowl, man. You just bowl there. Just keep it close to him. And that's what I did. And the plan worked. The moment I did, I knew it was out. Whatever I planned, it worked on that day. Then later it's history, man. All my test wickets and a lot of wickets I have to thank Sachin Paji, because all the legends planned those wickets and you have to bowl according to that. Sorry, I had to tell this in a very nice way, because whoever is watching should understand you should not give up just because somebody or whoever it is just ask you to stop.
I mean, let's put it this way as well. You put it really beautifully. Yeah, if I have to add anything to it, then it'll be, there was once a time I know that you used to switch off the television when Sachin sir got out. You made
Absolutely.
a lot of televisions go off that day. And somebody else pulled the wickets column as well behind the scoreboard for you.
Oh, yeah, thank you, man. God's grace, everything worked out.
Yeah. All right. Whenever you talk of Sreesanth, the pace bowler, you talk of aggression. Now, has it been this way throughout, even when you were a leg spinner?
Yeah, and Anil Bhai used to be, I think Anil Bhai and Shane Warne is aggressive leg spinners, and because as an opening batsman, and I think I have to really thank my cousins to start with, and the tennis ball cricket. It's not easy. It's not easy playing with seniors, at that age group. So you had to show that aggression. I think it started with showing them that I also got anger, I also got capability. Why can't you give me? People call it aggression and name it, but I think it's a lot of passion and obsession towards something gets you aggressive. Because if your mother or sister or even your daughter, for now, if somebody misbehaves, like Shah Rukh Khan, he didn't care what was happening at that point of time. He just reacted because somebody misbehaved in the stadium. Then he got banned and stuff. So when it comes to family, that's the way cricket was. So I played the game like as if it's some war between India and Pakistan. So I just played the cricket. If you ask even Chennai League, you will know Dinesh Mongia was the captain in 2005. But I had a huge fight with Dinesh Bhai, Kemplast versus MRF just before that year. So I played all cricket, watching Dennis Riley and Alan Donald and all these greats. And in Chennai League also, avalo sood varudhu. Avalo 30-35 yard in the OD vandu paata wicket spick ground ella poduva. Ayyo, no chance. Only wicket you get is sometimes in Chepauk, and sometimes we get good wickets in Pachepas, because that was our home ground. Otherwise, oh my God, you are from MRF and everybody is expecting you to get wickets. So I think the aggression came from that. Otherwise, off the field, hardly.
When you were going back to the run-up, you used to talk to yourself. You used to do something of this sort. I saw many a bowler emulating that in nets, where I used to go for cricket coaching.
It was more, it was reminding. It was like trigger points. Everybody's got different trigger points when you bat. What at that point of time, even now I am following, is keeping your head still. The first thing you say is where the bat is. Left, that is second point. Whether the bat is straight or piche. And the head. 3 trigger points, and you're ready.
Okay.
Right? And then you just say concentrate. Some people say watch the ball. Some people say macha, vida the macha. Sometimes you say anything you want. So same thing in bowling. It's not. How do I say? It was more like I had to literally, because I had so much of energy, and I still have. So I had this. It was very difficult for me to listen to a guy in the mid-on or mid-off or covers, or from guy who comes running from the slips and tell me, macha, idu potu paru macha. I never used to like that.
Okay, because you were in your own zone.
Yeah, so I had to control that emotion. So I just started telling myself, relax. I used to do this. Relax, man, relax. 3 times it's more like relax, relax, relax. This is, bro, take it easy. I used to do this, and then I used to do this. This means, yaaraalum paravilla macha. The
first time that you met Mahendra Singh Dhoni, that's inside the dressing room, or where did you meet him?
I met Dhoni Bhai in Dharamshala. I had a match where Sadagoma Ramesh Paji was captain and MSK Prasad keeper, and we were playing E-Zone versus, I think, Plate B versus Elite C or something like that.
Okay.
And Dhoni Bhai was in that team, but he was not playing. He was, I think, 12th man or 13th. We won the game against E-Zone, I think. E-Zone or that team played B. We were played B. So we won that match in Dharamshala, and we had this get together in Anurag Thakur had, Anurag sir and all, everybody had a get together in Himachal Pradesh. He was the president at that point of time, and I met him in that dinner, and he was very quietly sitting, and I just went and spoke to him, and he was very quiet and all that, and just generally. And the very next thing I do know is, he scores 100 in the finals in a Duleep Trophy, and straight away the chance he got straight away the next game he played a brilliant knock, and then he went to India. Then he started scoring runs. Then I met him in Indian nets, India versus Pakistan, in Kochi. And John Wright was the coach, and John Wright called up my club because he had my service number and said, "Tell Sreesanth to come to the nets."
Okay.
Then coach gave my call and said, "John Wright wants you in the nets." So I went to the nets and I started bowling, and I clearly remember he came up to me and started talking, "Dua karna yaar, dua karna yaar." I clearly remember Dhoni Bhai's words at that point of time, and tell all your friends and family to wish me the very best. I think the next match he scored 100 also. I think so, after the Kochi match. So then I met him in Challenger Trophy against playing against him. Then obviously in the Indian dressing room in 2005. I think Dhoni Bhai, Irfan, myself, Raina, and Robin later in the next third or fourth series. Robin also came. I think we 4-5 were always together because I think we were the gang, as you call it, at that point of time.
Oh yes, and now that I think of it, Irfan Pathan was there with you in many moments of your life. 2007, he was there, and Kings 11 Punjab, he was a part of that. Kings 11 Punjab side as well, when you were a part of it. And of course, as you mentioned earlier as well, he was guiding you. So he's been there.
Absolutely, Irfan, I have to really thank, because he's from MRF Foundation. I clearly remember he always used to motivate everybody in the foundation that, "Arre, tu kar sakta hai, you can do it. If I can, you can." So he had this belief in when he meet a normal cricketer also, he always motivates. Something which I've learned from him. So that's how cricketers should be. I mean, rather than judging a cricketer who's struggling, you should always encourage that cricketer, because at least he's waking up and putting the whites on and putting the spikes and coming to the ground. That itself, it's a lot of effort. And if someone is doing that, you should encourage. So I think hats off to Irfan. He was always there, even when he was not part of the team. He used to always tell, "Sree, don't worry, you have to bowl, chhodna nahi." Munaf Patel was the just ask Sharat Anna, how is Munaf Patel's pace? First match Munaf cricket bowl Chennai India, I think Kemblast got him, and Kemblast made him play against India Cements in the finals. I think he got 8 wickets against India Cements, I think, in Chepauk. I've never seen.
Oh, that was very quick. Yeah, I remember that. People telling me that. Yeah.
We were just watching. We've never seen somebody that fast live. Yes, after that I saw Shoaib Akhtar and Stein and Bradley and all that. But at that point of time in MRF Pace Foundation, yes, they were fast bowlers, but he was pace, man. He was till the surgery. They were scared. There are times when people used to send him away, to get something from the house or something, so that he doesn't play against certain teams. He was that bad. I mean, bad in the sense it was that bad for another team. Munaf used to just come there, and I mean, hats off to Kiran Morris, sir. He's the one who got him with the spikes, and he used to travel. His story, Munaf Patel, I have so much of respect, because Munaf Irfan was always there, when it comes to fast bowling, to run in and tell me, "Yaar, idhar dekhe kar, idhar."
You are a part of so many legendary games. The reason I say this is not only because of your performances, but where somebody else steps up and does something that the world takes notice, you're still a part of that side, observing from close quarters. Think about it. 2007, Yuvraj Singh goes into beast mode. I want you to tell me, we all know what went on the cricket field. I want you to tell me what went on in the dugout. When did you believe that it's going to be 6 balls, 6 sixers? Whom were you alongside? What was the talk about in the dugout?
We were, in T20, the thing was, we were all padded up. If you really look at the dugout, even I was there with the bat. Tendulkar Paji had given me with an autograph MRF bat. He hardly gives bats, so somehow I just kept on saying, he gave me a bat. So I had that bat with me, and I really remember clapping. And he first six went. We were in the dressing room. I think in second six, I didn't see the second six. I was walking towards the dugout. From third six, we were in the dugout, and there was this belief because he got hit for 5 sixes by Mascarenhas just before that World Cup in England. So we thought, if Mascarenhas bowls, surely he will hit 6 sixes. We had this Yuvraj Paji here. Sometimes, how do I say? He have got so much of time. Even when you bowl in the nets, a lot of time. He's got so much of time. I think he's one of the best hitters of the cricket ball for sure, and one of the legends. It's just that he didn't play that many games in Test also. Otherwise, he would have broken a lot of records. That day was special, I think, and he just killed. Thanks to KP and Flintoff and for putting the jelly bean and all that, and he got pissed off and he just went after him. Chris Brough.
But first six, yes. Second six, yes. Third is when you started the belief. What was the talk around? Whom did you talk to?
Third six also we didn't really. We were only just cheering. When the fourth six went, that's when in the dugout there was this thing. 6 sixes possible, huh? Yeah, maybe much. Then the fifth ball 6 and the last ball also. No, you cannot hit. He was not bowling lollipops. He was bowling different balls, in fact, and it was a carnage, man. It was great to be a part of that match, and when somebody hits, when somebody is batting like that, when you get so much of confidence when you start
superb catch, yeah,
next level. Because I was in the third man at that time, I saw it like that, so it was crazy. So it was a team, yeah. It was just like an youngsters. Virubai, Ajit Agarkar, Bajipa was the only. If you look at, and Yuvraj Singh was the seniors. Otherwise, everybody was. Bachon ka team.
Young side, you didn't know what to expect. The format was new. The captain had told you certain things to do, certain things not to do. You were very young side, wanting to play very itchy. Once you landed in South Africa, first game gets washed out. Then when you get the opportunity...
We were the underdogs. In fact, I clearly remember in Durban when we went, and it was more like a home ground for us. And we were in the... I clearly remember, I think Olanga or Mabangua, in their sports channel, they were talking about India got 100% because they only played one T20 against South Africa. We won that match where DK was the man of the match. In fact, the only one match T20 we have played is in South Africa against South Africa when they were the best, and we defeated them. But then we never played a T20 after that. We never played a single T20 international after that South African match till the World Cup match. So we had 100% victory rate, but only one match. But everybody used to say on TV that their fielding not good, they're inside, the legends are not playing. Everybody was, that was sometimes, as I said earlier also in this interview about, not able to bowl to Sachin Baji and then trying to get him out. Same thing. I think when somebody says like that to about India, we were just, I don't know. Every youngster had this, yes, we won the World Cup, but there was a superb story behind it that every youngster who used to watch that, and we used to discuss that. We used to talk in between. Sometimes when you have a dinner, macha, pate macha, it's like that. Dekha na tune? So it was more of individual pride. It's like personal responsibility in delivering excellence. Once you get into a stage, it's your responsibility. So I think we just played, man. We just played. I think that can, people say that can never come.
Play against Australia. You didn't just play. You played a beautiful brand of cricket. Very aggressive.
It is because they are the world champions 1999, 2003 and 2007.